Alright, what's up guys? This is going to be like a pre-recorded video. It's going to be a top 5 baits video. This is going to be for both ponds and lakes. So some baits are actually going to intertwine and be used for both. Some are not. It just depends. So we're going to get right into it. First we're going to start off with lakes because that's primarily what I fish. My number one bait, this is something that I love to do. By far my favorite way to catch bass in the summertime. It's going to be a Carolina rig right here. It's going to be a Carolina rig. I'll be throwing this on 7.3 heavy action rod, 6.3 to 1 gear ratio reel. Normally only fluorocarbon on this. Sometimes I use monofilament, but most of the time I use fluorocarbon because of the fact that it doesn't stretch. That's being a pain, but so normally it's because it doesn't stretch. So normally fluorocarbon, but I can still use monofilament. Bait number 2 on a lake is going to be like a lipless crankbait. It works really good, like getting them schooled up or ripping it, or even on bridge points. Sometimes they try to, school over there. You get them going with this kind of earlier in the morning. So yeah, and this is something I don't do a lot. If I do it, this is the time of year. This is a deep diving crankbait. I think this is a 6XD. Yeah, it's a 6XD. So it's not one of my favorite ways to catch them, but it does work in certain situations to where the Carolina rig doesn't. So that'd be bait number 3. This is obviously only going to be for lakes, but anyway, so yeah, that's bait number 3. Bait number 4 is going to be a Texas rig. Now I don't have a weight on here, but keep in mind there will be a weight on here. It's a Texas rig, either baby brush hog or like another kind of creature bait, like a pit boss maybe, or even like a Zoom U-tail worm. Normally I only use Zoom baits, or I'll use Berkeley power worm, or like a pit boss if I'm using Berkeley. But that's pretty much all I use as far as Texas rigs go. So either like a brush hog for creature bait, or a Zoom little U-tail worm. Usually the only 2 colors I'm going to use, and that is going to be like a June bug or a cherry seed. Those are about the only 2 colors that I use in that worm. And this is the last bait. Now the only reason I want to keep it separate is because this is going to be more of a finesse technique when the bass are a little bit more finicky and they don't want something so fast. It's going to be a shaky head. This is going to be either normally I throw it on a spinning rod. Sometimes I'll throw it on a bait caster because this is a Magnum shaky head, so a little bit more of a how do I put it? A big bass finesse still technique. So that's why I'm going to be throwing it on a bait caster or spinning. But yeah. And I just realized I didn't talk about rods on the rest of these. I'm going to throw my Texas rig is going to go on a medium heavy fast action rod. The cranking rod is going to be on like a heavy, kind of the same rod as my Carolina rig. Lipless crank, same as the Texas rig, going to be on a medium heavy fast action. And yeah, so that's it for the lakes. Moving on over to the ponds. As far as topwater goes, I'm going to be throwing a frog, or maybe even a buzzbait. I don't have a buzzbait up here, but a frog or a buzzbait. And then moving baits, I'm going to keep these as one, either a chatterbait or spinnerbait, because both can be just as effective depending on the situation, whether it's cloud cover or sunny days, or what you're fishing. If I'm pulling through grass, I'm probably going to be using this. If I'm running it by brush in not brush, but like timber in a pond, I'll be using a spinnerbait. So it just depends on the situation. So I'm going to keep those in the same one. And again, a shaky head. Um, it's a good bait for ponds. And again, a Texas rig. I throw a Texas rig quite a bit in a pond. A lot of times I'll go to a pond and that's all I'll bring is a Texas rig. I won't even bring anything else. So Texas rigs are a really big staple at ponds with me. And lastly, to kind of help cover water a little bit better than the spinnerbait and chatterbait will, is also going to be a lipless crankbait. It really helps for covering water. Just really good bait. So these are all good baits for catching fish at both ponds and lakes this time of year in the summertime when it gets hot. So I mean, hopefully it helps you guys out a little bit. I mean, these are all great techniques to go catch some bass in the summertime, whether you're fishing at a pond or a lake. So let me know if it helped. Other than that, catch you guys next time. Peace.